Hi, all my gorgeous, beautiful souls. This is the weekly healing messages for March 9th through the 16th. Now, wow. I mean, just wow. Let me just say, first off, all aboard the crazy train, plain and simple. There is so many people stuck in their insecurities, and all I can say about that is you got to get out of them. You've got to get out of them, plain and simple. This energy really, like I said, is all aboard the crazy train. And where is your consciousness within that crazy train? It's just said chain. Anyway, you've got that full moon taking place. And I was telling you that energy was going to be building up. Very unpredictable, crazy energy all week until we have that full moon. See, it's not going to stop right there. No. You've got a good 2 weeks of really what this energy is bringing up before we hit that new moon. The new moon's going to be in Aries. On the 24th. And it's going to be with the sun, moon, Chiron, and Lilith. You got a good pretty much 2 weeks before you get there. And full moons are all about release, surrender, let go. Bring it to light. And this is really saying, look, I'm not even trying to sugarcoat it anymore. We are at the point of this full moon is from Virgo. You have Regulus now in Virgo. See, nobody remembers to talk about that. Regulus is going to be here for the rest of your life, and it's just now changed the way Virgo thinks of things. Virgo is detail-oriented. It's the troubleshooter. It's health diet. It's your inner lie detector. And it's your daily, everyday, mundane tasks and routines. And I've been saying there's absolutely flipping nothing that is mundane about the mundane. The only reason it's mundane is because you do it so much that you don't even notice that you're doing it, and therefore you forget that you're doing it, and it's not even important. But that's why it's the most important. The people, places, and things of energies that you consume on a daily basis, and what are you doing with them? Where is your collective consciousness within that energy of those people, places, and things of energies that you consume? The mundane. People are purging like anything. I mean, and for no real apparent reason. I mean, some, of course, with the coronavirus and everything, but people are also purging just in general. Purging, going out and doing things that they normally won't allow themselves to do. Speaking up. That has to do with the Mercury retrograde, which will come out of retrograde and go directly into shadow in Aquarius right after the full moon. I think it's at 11:49 Eastern time. So that night. In Aquarius, that's calculating energy. Mercury doesn't have a positive or negative. It don't give a shit. It's communication, and I'm going to give you the information of the communication. So what are you feeding that information? Your collective consciousness. Is the collective consciousness really speaking to you about where your character is? About where you need to widen your horizons within your personality and your character, your very collective consciousness of your typical self and life, the way you think. Aquarius, Mercury, shadow, calculating, full on curiosity, and where will you blow that energy up until the 16th? Shadow is dark energy, shadow energy, mirroring energy. Those things that you don't like from other people that you are seeing other people do, which puts your fears into a new level of perspective. They say when it's time to take the test, the teachers go silent. You've got to understand you've got this full moon, and even though it's going to take place in the beginning of the week, its energy is still flowing right up until that new moon. And it's actually going to get more drastic. because when it enters Libra, it's really getting into the collective consciousness. But let me just go there. You've got, first off, you've got that full moon in Virgo with Regulus here. Regulus is the heart of the lion, which is now saying those everyday daily tasks, those everyday mundane tasks that it just said aren't freaking mundane, has a new purpose. If it doesn't support the heart of the lion, then what the fuck are you still doing it for? This is all about your daily life, your daily health care, your daily routines, your daily mundane, bringing the heart of the lion into the soul characteristics and personality of what actually identifies you. And it's directly across from from the full moon in Neptune. With Neptune and the sun in Pisces. All right, let's look at it this way. That's your universal 12th house, ruled by Neptune. But the 12th house also kind of belongs to the Grim Reaper. So it's Neptune, water, emotional energies, magic in itself, and the Grim Reaper before he heals by taking all of the dead away, because it's still where grief, sorrow, shame, blame, insecurities, 12th house, skeletons in the closet hide. Your fears, your anxieties, your stress, your doubt. It's like Neptune and the Grim Reaper looking back going, I'll give you exactly what you created. Let me just show you how powerful magic really is when you're doing it from a negative standpoint. There is no positive, there is no negative to magic. It all depends on how you manifest through the law of attraction and meeting its vibration. If your vibration is low, I'll bring you a lot more low. And if your vibration is high, well, I'll steer that low away and I'll help you find the high. But this has a lot to do with that mirroring, that shadow energy, that 12th house. And can you learn to calibrate your collective consciousness? Can you learn to rise? Can you learn to widen your horizons? See, because a lot of this energy is speaking to us about what we've been purging, what we're afraid to let go of, what we fear, and what we really truly hold on to with anxiety. And we're like, would you please take it from my cold, dead hand? That's not how you release and surrender. You give it up. I have been saying since approximately, May or June of last year, we were coming into some very incredibly low vibrational energies. And that you can only dip back in them long enough to notice that you're dipping back in them, and you must pull yourself up and out. This is part of what I was talking about. You have the sun, which will enter Aries on the 19th. You have Saturn, which will enter Aquarius on the 21st. And that's where your energy is going to shift. But you've got 2 weeks of really calibrating that collective consciousness. This week, on the 10th and the 11th, the moon is going to travel through Libra. You have Ura here, you have Haumea here, and you have Make here. And if I'm correct, yeah, they ain't getting along with your independence. They're not getting along with Lilith Chiron. Haumea is your collective consciousness itself. And Libra asking you, where's justice and how are you creating it? Because you're manifesting it. This is the collective consciousness you've brought yourself to. If you don't like it, change it. It's also asking you, Ura is sacrificing commitment to the relationships. The first relationship always has to be to yourself. and that then to the exterior world. Then you also have it going through Make, which is the lotus flower. The most beautiful, awesome, ascending, spiritual flower symbol of growth. Grows from a fucking swamp. What do you think this energy is? Can you rise out of the swamp? Or can you not see the light because you're so stuck in the depths of the swamp? The murky, nasty water? Or can you finally rise above it and start to see there is an above and below? You do have the power of manifestation. You have the ability to change your vibration. Will your collective consciousness allow you to see that and create? Or will you stay in the swamp? Will you continue to stretch and grow, spiritually mature? Widen your character, your personality. Sacrificing commitment, balance, harmony, justice, relationship with yourself and the outer world. Are you being an asset that helps support light in your life and others? Or are you being an asset that actually is bringing more fear, anxiety, doubt, stress? When it's the right time, when it's the important time, the teachers go missing. You also have the moon that's going to be traveling on the 12th and the 13th through Scorpio, the most intense emotional energy of all. And on top of that, you're going to have it opposing again. Neptune, the Sun, Chiron, Lilith, 12th house, 1st house, skeletons in the closet, new beginnings. Are we getting rid of what doesn't serve us? Filling in the cracks of our personal foundations from where it's faded, where we have ill cracking. Are you strengthening the cracks or are you widening them? You also have a grand trine on the 12th as well. Mercury calculating in Aquarius in shadow, mirroring. Okay. It's also not getting along with the moon. I mean, it is getting along with the moon in Scorpio in the North Node, trying to tell you to emotionally trust your intuition, trust your depths, trust your soulfulness, but to understand when the gut feeling is because it's full of fear and ego, or if you're listening to it and actually supporting the soulful listening. Spirit is also reminding us that through the 12th and the 13th, the moon, when it's in Scorpio, will also be talking to Taurus with Venus and Uranus, bringing extra sensitivity in. Sensitivity to your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, as well as your independence, your individuality, your very character and personality, your inventive self. I said last week, inner emotional security. Do you have it? Are you capable of finding it, and do you comprehend what that really means? Or are you in the moment of lesson of trying to figure that out? Because like I said, you've got 2 weeks of that Mercury retrograde while it's still in Aquarius, very calculating communication in that outer community, questioning your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, the people and friends that you have. It feels scorpionic detective. But the thing is once Saturn moves into Aquarius on the 21st, you have more or less 2 months of it being in Aquarius while it's direct, then 2 months of it in Aquarius while it's retrograde before it moves back into Capricorn. So you have a good 4 months almost of Saturn, which is normally the slowest, most negative outlook of vibrational planets, because he's all rules, walls, and boundaries. Don't touch me, I don't like that. Let me put a wall up. Where in Aquarius, he's wanting to stretch. I'm excited, I'm curious. Let me see what kind of opportunities I can set up. And he's giving you the opportunity you won't see come to light until the end of the year. But he's giving you the opportunity to go, can you really start to change the idea of what you want in this life? Can we also start to change what only being human means? Let's rise above that. Let's try something new. Let's be more grand, more great. Let's start to see from a higher light. Let's take that chance. See what we can create. But if you don't make it through this 2 weeks of rising that personality, of overcoming your own character flaws that make you stay in your insecurities and your fears, it's going to take a whole lot more time for you to let that blessing of Aquarius and Saturn take root, because it'll be reevaluating exactly how to bring that into light for the next 20 years. Starting just with those 2 little months that it's direct. Overcome your own fears. I love you guys. Bye.